Hey, what's up guys? Sashank from TechNet here, back with another video. Well, Twitter in itself has grown from being just a small microblogging platform where people share their personal information through their handles to being a service or a platform again which shares a whole bunch of data. Data, news, stats, reports, whatever you call it, it's up there. So we've had quite a few applications which have helped us work on and customize and really streamline our Twitter handles accounts. But there have been very few applications which have worked on segregating this data, segregating all the data that's been putting up to Twitter and putting them into separate stuff so it can be accessed. Because as data increases, the way you access them, the information, how you take in and feed in information gets tougher. So I came across this app called GoFeed, and I believe you should check this one out. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so the first touch into this app will take you to the login screen where you can either log in with your Twitter account or use the phone number for the same. But then login is optional. You could just hit the skip button quickly and you'll get right into the main activity screen. Also, I've been on this app since a couple of weeks, even before it was released. That's because I've been having the beta versions from the developers and I've been checking them out, giving them suggestions, and that's how it's been going. So yeah, so we have probably my top 4 sections in these have to be technology, the survival hack section, funny section, as well as the sports section. I've been using the technology section ever since I've got this. It really loads up pretty quickly. I really didn't notice any lag or delay in loading of tweets. It just gives me a small rotating loading symbol and just goes right into it. The user interface of the tweet section is pretty beautiful because you have really those nice little boxes where you have an image as well as the description which comes right from the handle, which really makes it look really clean. Did I just use really a lot of times? Maybe I did. Alright, so then we have survival hacks. They're pretty cool too. I've had a chance to check them out. And then of course the funny section has quite a few things I can laugh out at when I need them to. So actually I've spent some time, the most time I've spent in this app has been on the sports section from the last probably 3 to 4 days. As you know, Olympics in Rio, and this is, I'm that kind of guy who follows more of cricket and football, but then when you have a large sporting event like this one, I didn't want to go up to several different apps to check out stuff. So instead, this was my one stop for checking out updates on every single sport that's been happening, all the medal counts, all the winners, all the stuff going on. So that's been a great one. So I really am using this app a lot of times a day just to check out what's happening at Rio. Probably the next good thing I like about this app has to be the user interface. It's really clean, minimalistic, no extra added and fancy stuff they put in. They just made sure that all the stuff they need is in here. And on the top right corner you have a button which looks like the lines up there, and then it opens news. This is probably all the trending news that's going on in and around the world. So they picked them up and they've sorted them into a completely different section instead of having another post in for that. On the left you have their top of the week, probably about 15 tweets, some of the best tweets I've had a chance to see, or they've segregated based on, I don't know what they've put in to segregate these stuff, but they look really good. I've had a chance to check them out and they've been fun, I have to tell you. And also when you probably this is a question that must have popped up already. So once you open the app, there's a link. For example, I've opened this app from Google and I have a link. This link opens up in an external browser. I would have liked it had they built an inbuilt browser into the app which opens this content. That would have been a great one. But then you cannot expect express quality from an inbuilt browser, in-house browser. So probably they've gone for a sourcing. So every time you click on the app, it gives you options of what browser would you like to open this article or the video in. So yeah, that's kind of thing. But then it's entirely up to the developers to decide what is good for you at times. So that's probably a good thing. Sorry, we are almost at the end of the video, but then this is the important part, because well, I'm not a Twitter kind of person who's like, Twitter gets too heavy on me. So why did I actually get into using this application? First up, what this application did to me is it never asked me to use Twitter to access the content on Twitter. Twitter has a whole bunch of premium content, whole bunch of exclusive content which comes up right there, a lot of information, a lot of data produced. But then using Twitter on the whole is a different experience, and using this app is a completely different experience. Here, all it does to you is gives you information and presents data instead of you involving in all the social media stuff that you would otherwise have to do. So that's probably one of the main reasons.